Hey everyone, this is Mike, and in today's video I want to go over the new update for Wizard of Legend, which came out yesterday by the time that this video goes live. In this video I'm not going to be showing too much gameplay. I'll probably show the boss fight with Shu, which is the newest council member. It's going to be a win boss, and I'll also be going over some of the new things that they added into the game. What I'm wearing right now is one of the new relics. It makes jumping attacks stronger, so I have like a jumping build going. Died on 3-2 unfortunately, so that's not going to be a video anytime soon. They added new things for all of the things. So there's new cursed relics that you'll be able to find inside of the trials. There's new cursed relics that you can buy before you actually start the trials, so you can actually do some really fun runs with those, because they're kind of like modifiers for your runs. For example, the Pride video that I uploaded yesterday was done with one of those relics, which is in my opinion like one of the most fun ones, because it sets all damage to 99, the one that you take and the damage that you deal, so you can actually breeze through the trials like that. So that's how I was able to do my Pride run. Otherwise I probably still wouldn't be able to complete it. But yeah, that was pretty fun. So let's go over the new things that they added. First of all, let's go over the outfits, because there's actually two really interesting ones. So the first one is Fury. Increases signature charge rate and increases signature damage. This is really good with stuff like Surefire Rocket, so that you can actually build signature really fast, and that you can mainly make a build around using your signature quite a lot. So pretty cool. Spirit, this is nice for newer players, I would say. Increases max HP and healing received. So this is from the little health orbs that drop lifesteal from Vampire Fangs, for example, or just healing potions in general. So gives you more HP and increases healing, so really nice overall. But what is probably one of my new favorite robes is Fall. This thing sets your maximum HP to 100, so even if you take relics like Giant Heart and such, they won't increase your HP pool. It's kind of like how you can't increase your HP pool of Pride. But it also has HP regen, so as long as you don't get hit for a certain amount of time, your HP quickly regenerates. And it's actually really fast as well. I think it's like 3 seconds or something that you don't need to get hit, and then you go from, let's say, 1 to 100 in, I think, like maybe 10 seconds or something. So it's really fast, so you can even use it inside of battles whilst you're fighting a council member, for example, when you're dodging their barrage, and then by the time that they stop doing their attacks and take a little break, by that point you could just go back to full HP for the next set of attacks. So Fall is definitely one of my favorite new robes to use. A good relic for this might be Cauliflower's Diadem or something, I think it's called. It's where is it again? This thing right here. Yeah, Cauliflower's Diadem. So you prevent death, get signature charge, become invulnerable for a second, and then the robe itself will just bring you back to full HP in a matter of seconds. So it's a really cool robe. I really like it quite a lot. So yeah, those are the new robes there are. Mainly like this one, and then the Fury one, the signature one. I think both of those are pretty cool. As for cool new relics, let me think real quick. Don't think for offensive one there's really that many cool ones. Like these are quite nice, because they add stuff to your basic attacks. One of the speedrun builds was to run Magnetic Follow-Up with Bolt Rail or use Fuel Berserk. If you run a basic Arcana focused build, using one of these as your relic could be quite cool, because it adds extra damage and effects to your basic Arcanas. It's pretty nice. Here we have some extra status effects. Well, prevent status effects, slow effects, prevent, evade all attacks after taking damage for a short while. A lot of people were complaining that when you got hit, sometimes you could very easily get into a hit stun and go from 100 to 0 in a matter of seconds. Using this would prevent that. This is really nice, because a lot of people like running, or I should say more experienced players usually like running a lot of cursed items. And this kind of offset it, because you get more HP and armor. Because a lot of cursed items make it so that they reduce your HP or make you take more damage. So this is actually a pretty nice relic to take in combination with those. Other than that, I don't think they added too many here in the defensive ones, but I usually don't use them anyways. But here with the Misk ones, they actually added some cool stuff. So we have now tokens. The tokens basically summon or add a higher chance to summon certain NPCs inside the trials. So for example, this one, the Token of Luck, lures Nocturne, the cardist, to go into the Chaos Trials more often so that you can, it's the card guy. So if you want to do certain things, then you can take one of these. So for example, I think this one is for Nox. Yeah, so for example, if you want to do a high Cursed Relic run, then you just take the Token of Doom and then Nox will show up a lot more regularly. So really cool that you can do that. So yeah, those are some new relics that you can take. Some pretty nice ones in there. And then we go to the Arcana. Now, every element has a new basic Arcana except Chaos. So here we have like a Riptide fan. This thing is really cool. Probably my favorite Water Arcana, or Water Basic. They added a ranged Arcana for the Thunder. This is probably one of my new favorite basics in the game. Pretty nice damage, pretty cool. A whip, some people were asking for a whip, so this is pretty cool as well. Air, not really my favorite. This one is pretty cool as well. It's like an X that you can make. It's pretty short range, but when you upgrade it, the range actually increases quite a lot and becomes quite good. As for dashes, each element got a new dash, mainly offensive. This is pretty good because, for example, air didn't really have a damaging dash. Now it does with this thing. So it's pretty nice, but in general I think most people are still going to run Chaos Rift because it's pretty good. This thing's also pretty cool. It does damage during the dash, but it also gives you like a heat shield, like some of the Lancers do inside the trials. You can just run into enemies with this and it'll still apply a burn effect, so that's pretty cool. As for standard Arcana, there's a couple noteworthy ones, Heroic Blaze being one of them. This thing is pretty cool, does quite good damage, knocks away as well. The reason why this is so much better than Heroic Leap in the game right now is because you can instantly dash out of this one. So if you pair that up with Chaotic Rift, you can pretty much do it because you're also invulnerable while you're in the air, and then you can just immediately dodge out with your dash, which is also invulnerable because you're not actually dashing, you're just like teleporting. So yeah, Heroic Leap, pretty cool one, quite like it. As for the air ones, this also pairs up really nice with Tearing Whirlwind, by the way. You can take Tearing Whirlwind and then go into Heroic Leap, or not Heroic Leap, what's it called again? Heroic Blaze. So yeah, it's a pretty cool combination that you can do, I quite like it. Adds to my Beyblade abilities. Falcon, it's a cool Arcana. You like throw it out and it's kind of like a mini Chaos Brigade. Doesn't really do that much damage though. It's also a signature. The signature is kind of okay, but I would still take other Arcana over this. As for Earth, this is probably one of my new favorite ones as well. A hammer, swing it around, throw it away. You can knock stuff into edges or into cliffs with this as well. Also a signature, really cool. And the Tomahawk is a pretty cool one as well. Let me equip it real quick. So this thing, you can use it, and then you can like use some basic attacks, and you can keep using it for a little while. And when you upgrade it, you throw 2 axes. So it actually does pretty okay damage. It's not amazing, but it's okay. But you can just weave it in between basic attacks. So it's a pretty cool playstyle, in my opinion. As for Thunder, they also got some really cool ones, like this one. Nice AoE. And this thing is really cool as well. So this is also a signature. You kind of throw out a line, also pushes back enemies, so also really good for knocking stuff off the map. And then I think that's pretty much it for those. Tidal Blast got a signature as well. This has always been one of my favorite Arcana, because the upgraded version gives you a shield. So if you do use it as a signature, you always will get the shield on it, so it's pretty cool. And the signature itself does quite nice AoE damage as well. Other than that, Aqua Beam got signature as well, but a lot of people are waiting for that. This thing is also new, but I'm not a big fan of it. It just like kind of flies around and does damage. I guess you could use it as a set it and forget it, but I'm not convinced. And then there's 2 new Chaos Arcana. First one is this. This is really cool, also a signature version, available of course. And the second one is this thing. Not a huge fan of this. It's kind of cool. You can hold it down and then you throw it away and does damage. If you use it as your signature, you can hold it down for as long as you want, and then you can throw it away whenever you feel like it. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this thing. The swords, however, I am a big fan of. These are pretty cool. Like, throw it out, this nice damage. So, let's head over here and see what is new. So, well, I already bought out all of the new stuff, of course. If you have 999 crystals, you can buy almost everything, I think, except one of the robes, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, your signatures, as always, I recommend you just get them from beating the council members. So yeah, we have our new NPC over here. We have Nox, he's now over here. This, for example, Plague Flask is an already existing cursed relic that's already been in the game. But they added some new ones. So, for example, this thing, pits don't appear in hallways anymore, but you take increased damage. And falling into pits is also a lot more painful. So when there are pits, they're gonna hurt a lot more. This thing is one of the run breakers. Players and enemies have 1 HP. It's pretty fun to play with. And then of course you have like the other one, which I use for my pride run, which is like everything does 99 damage. So yeah, these are the run modifiers. They're a lot of fun. So definitely, even if you just started playing the game and you just want to have a bit of fun or do something crazy, like take these. Like just take one of these and just go for a fun run. They're quite good. Other than that, things have stayed pretty much the same. As you can still exchange for 200 gold. You can still choose your first what's it called? Like your first stage with him. Can just keep the robe looks, but go back to the normal robe. And the rest of the NPCs is all pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm adding this later in post because I completely forgot about this feature. The last thing that they added in this patch is an endless mode. To start it, you don't talk to an NPC in the plaza, but you can come to this guy. So once you reach Syrah, just like the entry to his stage, instead of walking up to him so that you talk to him and then immediately fight him, you talk to this NPC, and then you can start your endless run. I am ready. There we go. And then we go back to the beginning. And then you can just keep going just like this. So that's how you start endless runs. So yeah, that's pretty much the Sky Palace update. There's also going to be a bunch of new enemies that you're going to be fighting, not only on the new air stage, but also on the existing elemental stages. So it's not like only the new enemies appear on the new stage. Like, there's going to be new enemies throughout. There's also a new mini-boss. I think there's only one new mini-boss, although I'm not entirely sure. But definitely look out for that one. And then there's also going to be some more neutral enemies that are new as well. Like there's a big fat ghoul that will chase you around. There are like mini ghouls with helmets and such. And there's also new elemental enemies for each new element. Mainly elemental lancers, I believe it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what the new update has to offer. New relics, new arcana, new outfits, and then of course new enemies in a new element stage. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you learned something new. If you're new to the game, definitely go check it out and go to our Discord. I'll leave a link to the Discord as well as where you can buy the game in the description. And I'll see you in the next one.